Oh, well, hey, how you doing there? My name's Palmer. I'm with Flippin' Vans. We built this van here in Denver, Colorado, and I just want to give you a walkthrough today on how you'll use it on your rental. So first off, we got this awesome deck. I'm out here just sweeping off some snow because we had some snow up here, so that's something you'll have to do. If you ever get snow or something that covers your solar panels, in order for those things to work, you're gonna have to clear them off. So that's first step. Come on over here and I'm gonna show you this a little closer. But just a few things to note while you're up here. Got 2 solar panels. Again, they have to be cleared off. You also might check the connections if things aren't working. That would help too. And while we're up here, this is the top of the fan. It's a max fan. Should be closed while you're driving, so just keep it closed, but it is hinged up and down. So it should be all good. Things shouldn't be leaking up here. Again, all you're really gonna have to check are these solar panels, make sure they're cleared. And then if you come around this side, meet me over here, I'm gonna show you this ladder. Obviously, be careful anytime you're up on a deck like this, but we do have some nice handles and grip tape to get down. So just take your time and be careful as you go up and down this ladder, but that's a fun place to hang out. Let's take you up here into this driver area, just to walk through a few things on this specific van. So this is a newer Chevy van, and whoever is your rental contact should give you a full run through of everything that you have to know as far as gas and if you have it to be filled up or anything like that. But just on this newer van, some simple things. It's on auto lights here. You got your window controls, obviously. There is a Bluetooth module here, so just hooking up your phone to Bluetooth like you normally would. But pretty simple up here. I am gonna open this hood just to show you one thing that's in this specific one. Now this is gonna vary depending on exactly which van you have, but up in this area, obviously just checking anything that's like a normal vehicle that you check while you're driving it. Whoever's your rental contact should maintain all that stuff. This right here is gonna be your diesel tank for your diesel heater that's in the van. You can access the batteries and stuff still there if you need to jump it for any reason, anything like that. But if you need to fill up your diesel tank, this is a spot for it. And again, that may vary van to van, so they'll check it out. But what I'm talking about there, let me bring you in here and I'll start showing you the van. We're gonna start with that diesel heater. On Chevys, they have this little handle here on the door, and basically, I'll show you that again. If I don't pull it and I just open the door will actually stop about halfway right there. If what you do is you bring it in, pull that little thing out, and then let the door open, it'll open all the way. So that's something there. The diesel heater we have sitting right here underneath this chair. So that's gonna be something that you have controls for, and we will link a video in the description that'll give you specific controls on how to use this. But basically what you'll do here is just hold this on button and it'll turn on, and that'll start blowing hot air out the bottom of the seat there. And again, we'll give you special controls, but there it comes there. And that's the diesel tank that's up in the engine bay. When you go to turn it off, again, you're just gonna hold that off button and that'll be good there. So while we're here, we're gonna talk about this swivel chair. As you can see, it's turned around. Give you access through that. I'm gonna show you here as well. So this swivel chair is something that it doesn't lock in unless it's forwards. So we'll just get it forwards here. You'll want it kind of slid up. You can adjust, once you get it to where you want it here, you can adjust it forward, backwards. You can adjust it, the tip of it, just like you could on a regular chair. But you do have to have it pretty far forwards and tilted forward in order to swivel. And the recommendation I use is just keep the seat towards the inside of the van. So if you're going to the front, just move that seat inwards like that. Once it gets to the front, it's gonna lock in place. And there's a little, I'll just show you here while you're here. So there's this little T puller. That's what you pull on in order to get your seat to swivel up. So it's this little pole, you just yank that out right there. And then again, if you swivel once it's forward position, swivel it inwards with the seat towards the inside of the van. Now let's take you in here and show you the beauty of this specific van. This thing is awesome. This rental is called Shirley. She is a good looking van and gonna be fun to travel in. I'm gonna jump up in there and I'm gonna show you just a few of the things to know while you're in this van. So, some nice vinyl flooring. My feet are gonna be a little bit messy, but that's okay, we can wipe it up. We got this curtain rod here. This is nice to keep yourself, you know, not yourself while you're sitting here, but while you're back there, closed off. This curtain rod is just a tightener, and then it'll spring. So if you need to take the curtains off for any reason, you can kind of just twist it loose, and then this will come down, just like in a bathroom or whatever. We do have some drawers and some cabinets set up here. So first order of business is gonna be the lights. This dial is a dimmer switch. We're just gonna turn that guy on, and then those lights are on a dimmer. A little hard to tell how bright they are right now during the day, but at night that is more than enough light, and you'll be happy that you have a dimmer to start with for sure. So we'll just start here. This is a drawer. Now it's on these locking slides, so you're just gonna tilt that little blue dial there, and then this thing will open. Tons of storage space up here in the drawer for a stove, silverware, whatever it might be. Again, you'll just kind of have to unlock it with that as well. It's nice because it doesn't rattle around. It holds in all the weight. Down here on the bottom, another one of those lockers. Let's slide that guy out. This is a fridge rather than a cooler, so you don't need to put any ice in there. Just open like that. Nice, tons of space in there. Now this is something that can turn on and off. If you're just on a short trip, you might just leave that on, but if it's something where you're not really using it, or you know, you're on a longer trip and you don't have food in it at the specific time, it's best to just keep that off because it does draw power all the time. But something you just can turn the button on, it's pretty easy there. Now, back in behind there, we have wired in the battery and all the rest of these solar things there. So I'll just show you here. I'll actually take this, this drawer comes down, but I have another shot that'll show you all these specifics. But this drawer right here, so if you unlock it there, and there's actually a little button or just kind of like little lever on this side that you can push up. You push that guy up and pull this up, and that actually gives you access. Let's see, just kind of like a kitchen. Just gotta kind of finagle it. We'll give you access back here. So I'm gonna show you all this and give you a run through. Hopefully you never have to get back in there, but it's just good to know what everything is. So on the left there is a charge controller. That's kind of the brains between the solar panels and the battery itself. If the green lights are flashing like that, things are all good. That's a good sign. The next thing over is your main breaker switch. So that's just something that is the main connector breaker between the panels and the battery. So if that breaks for any reason, you'll have to, just like in your house, just kind of jump up in there. It might break like this. That means your panels and your battery are no longer connected. So you might just have to get in there and clip that back together. Really unlikely that's gonna happen, but it may. The next thing over is your Bluetooth module. So you can connect your phone, and we'll make sure to show you which app to use for that. But you can connect your phone to the system really easily and just kind of monitor your battery capacity. It makes sure everything's just good in the system. It gives you a lot of info, but you really don't need all of it. But it'll just let you know what level your battery's at. Okay, and the thing on the right is gonna be the fuse box. That's probably the most important for you to know. That is something, let's say your upper lights are still working or stopped working, but everything else still is. It might just be a fuse, just like your car, one specific thing that went out. The nice thing about this system is that a light will come on if a fuse blows, so you'll know exactly what it is, and you can actually kind of see that through these cracks in here, even when that drawer is still in there. But just like a car, your fuses don't blow very often, and if they do, they're pretty simple to fix. So we'll go ahead and push this back in. And then the battery was the thing at the bottom. Again, this system's set up really well. You should never have to do anything, and whoever is handling the rentals for you should know all these details. Most of this stuff, they'll check between services, between rentals, and you won't have to really worry about any of this while you're enjoying the adventure. If you need to put this back in, just kind of like, again, like a kitchen cabinet, kind of just gotta finagle it the right way, and then there we go, just jam it in. Next thing over here is gonna be your sink. So this is something, you got a nice big sink bowl here, good faucet. So what is gonna happen, this is gonna feel really tight, but you just pull it and it'll open. There's actually be 2 jugs when you rent it, but this is gonna be your freshwater jug. And then there's gonna be another jug, it's a gray water, just where you know, where the used water goes. So this jug here, fresh water, means you're gonna take this out, you'll fill this up in your house or at a Walmart or wherever you're at. You can just undo the cap here, pull this out, fill it up, and then just throw this back in there. And we have a pretty cool system here that's a quick connect system. So this thing here has an on and off, so that'll actually let water go up through it or not. But basically this will just clip right onto the end of that, and now it's all connected. Then you can turn your pump on there. We don't have any water in it, but you can hear the pump trying to prime. Once it primes, it'll be quiet. Then you just open the faucet like a normal kitchen faucet, and it'll be all good to go. And again, once that's going and the water's primed, it'll be quiet. So just make sure you turn that switch back off. And if it ever gets to the point where it's freezing cold, best thing to do is just turn this guy off so that there's no water coming out of the jug. Then you can disconnect this, and now it won't leak any water since that's off. And then turn this guy on and turn your sink on, and it'll just flush whatever water's left so that the pump doesn't freeze or those lines don't freeze and burst. So again, we can just clip that back on, turn that back on, and now it would be good to go. And then the gray water jug, the extra jug that was in there, would go in first, and that would just have the pipe going down into the jug itself, and then this next jug would just sit in there like that, and you can close that up. Over here, to get to the bed area, we've got this really comfy 6-inch memory foam mattress here. We have a few things here too that are worth mentioning. So we'll start here with this inverter. So this is just right underneath the bed here. Inverter, it's gonna charge your phone, laptop, camera batteries, whatever else. There's a USB down there, and then there's 2 house outlets. You do have to turn this guy on and off. Turn it on, a little green light will come on and just let you know that it's on there. That's something that you just wanna remember to, again, turn off when you're not using it, because it does draw some power. It's not a big deal, but even if there's nothing plugged into it, it is drawing power. So we'll just turn that guy back off. Up here, we have a nice max fan. Also, right there next to that cabinet, show them that guy, there is a remote that's just tucked in there. And that's something that just makes it really easy to use, so you don't have to like lay up on the bed and get it. So we can just turn that guy on, and it'll start going to work. It'll lift that lid automatically. And then you can hear, that's really powerful air. That's actually going out. Hit the in out button, and that'll push the air in on us. So again, now you can really feel that coming in. And crack one of those side windows or something, you just get a ton of airflow. This button will let you go less power or more power. If you're going overnight, just kind of go on the lowest setting and just let some air go. And that also is a vent, so even if you don't have the fan on, there's a nice vent there too. Let's see what else we got over here. Turn that guy back off. Close that up. We got some windows. Let's actually go to the back and we'll show the window coverings and the rest of it. Take you around back. Oh, actually, while we're here, we'll show you this too. We got this nice, cool little pop-out trash can. It's got some bags rolled up in there, but just something to, you know, throw all your stuff into, and just make sure you're not leaving any trash out there on your trips. Over here in the back, we've got a few cool things to show you. Nice little flip-up table here, so just pull it up, locks into place. It's pretty solid. Definitely don't sit on it, but as far as making coffee or doing anything else there, that's a really cool table. There's these 2 little buttons on the bottom, or kind of levers, one on both sides. You got to clip those, and then it'll tuck down away like that. Down here in this lower area, tons of cargo area storage, and right up here on this side, if you can see this little switch here, that guy switches on and off, just turns these lower lights. Let's see if I can get you a good angle. There we go. So just gives you cargo area lights. Again, can't really tell how bright that is right now, but it's really nice to have that garage area lighting, and then just tons of space to throw bags or bins of stuff. I also want to walk you through how to set up a moonshade. So let me go grab one of those real fast, and I will be back out here in 1 second. So back out here with the moonshade, I also got these window coverings. So we store them underneath the bed, I think is the best place to keep them. Definitely don't drive with them in, because they're on the rear windows, you can't see anything. But here are those window coverings, just nice insulated blackout curtain coverings, and they will just push nicely seal right up in there and just black yourself out, which is great. Especially, like I said, if you're camping in a parking lot or whatever it is. Then, underneath here, we have these awesome moon shades. They are like the coolest awnings out there, and they're really easy to set up. So I'm just gonna walk you through how to do that real quick. And again, they're another company that has really good resources on their website and stuff like that. So if you have any questions or want to figure out, you know, I don't know exactly how to do it or want to buy one or whatever, definitely check out Moonshade. So what you're gonna do here is you'll just pull this guy out. It's a 9 foot by 7 foot span, and this 9 foot span actually fits exactly within this rack, and you can clip it onto the rack itself. So just clip there. Clip there. Find the skinnier rods in the setup. Like so. And then from here, it's just kind of like setting up a tent. You'll basically put it up in these little corner pockets on the awning, like that. Nice, there we go. Okay. Then you'll just set up the feet. And there's a lot of extra little things in here, like the tie downs and all that kind of stuff. So if it's windy, you have to do this, you can, but then all you'll do is pull that up here, put that in the corner edge, and then this guy, it's the first time opening it too, but this little thing will just clip into that carabiner and hold that guy in. Same thing with that other side, gives you a ton of space underneath here. And the nice thing about this is actually really cool. You can adjust these feet, so you can like, kind of push down that guy and make this as tall as you want it to be. So get taller than you too. So awesome setup, tons of space. This van has everything you need. Can you think of anything I'm missing? I think we pretty much covered it.
That's it. That's really good. Well done.
Again,
really well done.
Companies, if you need to do some research, Renogy is all the solar. So Renogy.com or their YouTube, they have really good information on all the solar. We'll link something for that diesel heater, Moonshade, Max fan. We have some really awesome products, and all those companies make really good resources for the DIYer, for the renter, for someone using these vans. So make sure to check this thing out and have fun on this on your next adventure.